Hey guys, Rich Lopez with the Drop Time Traditions podcast. My guest this evening is Mr. Tim Vaughn. How you doing, Tim?
Doing well, Rich. How about yourself?
Very good, thank you. Before we begin, I want to just recognize the show supporters: Stick Bow Country Custom Arrows, Traps Feather Rests, Traditional Bowhunter Magazine, Sauk Trail Archery, StickBowSupplies.com, Whiskey City Trad Gear or WCTrad.com, Jessie Savage Blacksmith.com, traditionaljunk.com. If you need an old bow, that's the place to check out. And then St. Joe River Bow Company, theethicalpredator.com, and lastly, stickbowhuntsmx.com, of which I'll be there hunting javelinas in about 6 weeks.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, man, it's my second trip. I just love that place. It's just old Mexico is just absolutely beautiful, and people just give Mexico a bad rap because they only know what they know from watching the news and all that. And there's none of that there. Where I'm at, I'm
Yeah, I
totally.
spent a couple of months in Monterrey, Mexico, doing a project down there, installation of equipment back in 2010, and what you see on the news was going on there.
Yeah. So, so let us give us a brief background. Where were you born and raised?
Born in southern Indiana, Evansville, and grew up just a little bit north of there, Oakland City, Pike County, Indiana area. Got into archery as a young kid. I mean, I used to go down and cut down maple trees and put a nylon string on them and shoot horse weaves, and then eventually graduated to a bear bearcat, the magnesium with fiberglass limbs. That was my first bow, and started shooting it when I was 13, and I'm 54 and still shooting bears.
So I got a question for you. If you're, are you an Indiana? Are you an Indiana boy now? Still?
No, I'm in Kentucky.
Okay, but when you were in Indiana, how long did you stay there?
Uh, 52 and a half years or so.
Did you ever cut cross paths with Kevin Bishop?
It shoots, yeah. I like Kevin real well.
Yeah.
Super good guy. He's got a couple of my bows right now trying to sell. If somebody's looking for a 105-pound left-handed Quillian long hunter, he's got one.
Ah, okay, sure. Yeah, back when in my 20s, I could do that, but not now.
I shot from the time I was 15 to 46. I shot 70 to 105-pound, 66-pound limbs on my takedowns, what I normally used. And then I fell out in Long Beach, California on a project, tore my tricep, and now I shoot 45 to 50.
It'll still kill animals.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
so
yeah.
what's your profession? What do you do for a living?
I'm actually a union iron worker. I do machinery movement and heavy rigging.
Okay. How long you been doing that?
29 years,
Wow.
something in that area.
Hmm. Oh, by the way, happy belated birthday. Your birthday was Saturday?
Thanks, Rich. Yeah, the third.
You feel any older?
Today, yeah, the weather's getting ready to change. A little arthritis kicking up my right hip, but I'll get by.
Okay, awesome. So you and I met on social media, like most of the people that I know, and
Yeah,
you have an affinity for bear archery bows. Why is that?
I started with bear, and I've owned a lot of different custom bows, and I'm kind of real weird about what I like. Uh, I like the bear takedown, the Kodiak, and probably my other bow that I really enjoy is the St. Charles Thunderbird. Jay just put me one of those together. I got it last September, October timeframe, something like that. Really, that's what I like. I don't like a high preload bow because I don't really think it performs as well. And I kind of almost wonder if a lot of people aren't dropping draw weight because of the preload design in the bows now.
I don't know either. I mean, I just shoot what I can shoot comfortably, and if it's
Right.
uncomfortable, I dump the limbs. They're gone. Um,
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, I'm shooting right now. My hunting rig that I'm taking to Mexico is an A riser with number two Brandon Stahl limbs that are rated at
Yeah.
56 pounds, but a 31-inch draw. And I'm a 27 and a half inch draw. So I'm nowhere near there. And let me tell you, it's a smooth shooting bow. I'm really
Yeah.
drawing only maybe 46 pounds. and it's fun. They're
That's
fun.
what I've got. It's a set of Grayling number twos on a heavily modified 50th anniversary B riser. I've got some other. I think I've got five B risers. I really only shoot four of them. One
Yeah,
of them just for looking at.
yeah, you're a big fella and tall, so you probably a
Yeah.
B riser would suit you well. The
The
A
thing
for
with
me,
me is I've got big old hands too, and that's a big thing on draw on length of bow that people don't factor in.
right?
You know, if you've got big mids, you need to get a little bit longer bow so your geometry, your string angle is not jacked up for you.
Yeah, I'm a 5'11", maybe 6 feet if I stand up really straight, and I got average hands, just average build. So the A riser with number three limbs is my absolute go to.
Oh yeah,
But in
I've
a
got a
ground,
buddy of mine. He just swears by it. I've shot them, and they're good piece. And you know, I mean, they make three different riser lengths for a reason.
Mhm. I wish they would come out with that C riser again. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I I wish they did and would, but I don't think the sales is there so much
Nah.
for it. But a lot of people are going to long target bows for 3D shoots.
Yeah, you could still pick up a good an original C riser for maybe 350. You know, and
Yeah, I've
be
seen some left-handed ones for a little bit more than that, but it wasn't excessive.
yeah, it wasn't crazy. They're
Yeah,
fun to shoot. I mean, I have target bows that I love to shoot because they're just fun. They're just lightweight and they're just you could shoot them all day long and not worry about a thing.
right.
So in
I
our
favor
conversation,
a longer bow.
yeah, well, I would imagine. So what? All right, let's say you were going hunting tomorrow. What would be your setup?
Hold on.
Hmm. Hey, show and tell.
See
Love it.
that good? Or
Yeah, excellent.
I've got that's a 50th anniversary with Grayling number twos on it that I've lowered the shelf on and changed the handle and everything. I actually don't shoot off of a rug rest because actually on my hand.
Mhm.
But this is my like everyday user bow. I wouldn't have any issues with taking my Thunderbird either.
Mhm.
You know, these both of them shoot remarkably well for me.
So what's ironic is I'm going to skip a question here.
Yeah,
I'm presently working on a few bear takedowns right now in the shop, and yours is in that pile. Um,
yeah.
can you hold up that riser again and let's talk about this?
Let me get a different bow.
Okay.
This one I didn't cut down as low as I could from where it was cut in here, which I'll show you 64 Kodiak I've got. I've got something taped on the front of the riser for a reason. I'll go over that in a minute. But you can see how that balances right there. And he's got holding Fred's bow, it comes to a different realization because now you're shooting the center of the bow, so you never shoot over anything. You don't have to hold under. You either shoot on or up, which I like that. I've got some weird quirks about my shooting, like people talk about split vision, this and that and the other. I'm blind in my right eye from birth, so I shoot instinctively with the, you know, I just shoot. I'm more of a snap shooter, but this is what I like with right there's your balance point where your hand is, and that is the cat's meow, in my personal opinion.
Now, why did you not radius the shelf on that?
This, the shelf, there's no
Yes.
need.
Okay.
See where my hand is?
Yep.
I mean, a guy could, but there's there's no arrow contact with anything other than my hand,
Okay.
the way that's set up. So I didn't really see a need to radius it. I mean, I
Right.
could have. And I was going to show something here for guys that's just starting out that's like wondering about brace height and everything.
Yeah.
I used to do this when I first started shooting.
The thumb.
I would take matchstick like this and tape it on my bow to where it's over the center line axis of the arrow. You can shoot it like a sight pin. If you're shooting right or left, then you can establish a brace height, and then now you don't have it no more. It's a pretty easy trick for a guy that's a new guy that's just getting into traditional, that doesn't really know much about tuning a bow.
There's so much on the internet now. It's almost overkill.
What's that, Rich?
There's so much on the internet now. It's almost overkill.
Yeah, I remember when I started, there was nothing. And probably the greatest thing that helped me was G. Fred Haslam's book. And I really enjoyed talking to Fred. I talked to him quite a few shoots and give him a little bit of pointers on stuff he could do. He was having some shoulder issues that would probably help him with that. Some internal and external rotator exercises and stuff.
Oh, yeah. So let's back up one question. So in conversations we've had, you described yourself as a large frame individual, which we have established that in our visual here. I believe you were once a power lifter / coach. Talk to us about that.
Yeah. I started lifting in 94 competitively and retired from competitive lifting in 2006. I was 2005 WPA World Powerlifting Champion. I've been a state champion, national champion, top 50 ever in the world all time in my weight class at one time. It was a good, enjoyable thing. I always liked archery during that because archery is a focused sport and powerlifting is a little more kind of hate and aggression driven. And you can't live in that too much, if that makes sense.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I had one of the kids I trained, Ian Madden. He's a 198-pound kid that squatted 749 pounds at 198 for fourth best squat in the world ever. I've had some national champions. I had like 6 national champions one year. I've had several people set records, national records and stuff.
So back in the day, have you ever crossed paths with a guy named Adam Weidel?
Adam what?
Weidel. W-E-I-D-L-E.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. He's all over social media. He was a massive power lifter. I mean, huge dude. And then I think he owns a company called Gorilla Products or something.
What?
I think he owns a company called Gorilla Products, which Silverback is what it's called.
I've heard of some of that.
Yeah.
I'm not real social media guy, and I just enjoy it. You know, I think it's a good thing. I mean, I'm 6'2", 260, 265 at 54 years old, and I can take my shirt off and still see my abs.
That's awesome. I haven't seen my abs since 1974. But
yeah. I eat mostly one ingredient foods.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm presently working on, like I said, takedowns, and yours is one of them. So you sent me explicit pictures.
Yeah, Fred's bow.
Is that Fred's? How did you get a hold of those pictures, or how did you get to take those photos?
Well, I was up there and I was looking at them, and John, the man that owns it, was such an exceptionally nice person that he allowed me to fondle it, and it was kind of a
is this John
highlight of my archery career, realistically. You know, if a spread shot left-handed and then being a left-handed shooter, it was like, wow, it just kind of clicked a bell in my head on exactly what he was doing. Mm-hmm. Your bow doesn't feel low limb heavy. You know how a riser feels better than a B riser because the center point is closer. The woman has an A riser. I got her. And the center point balance on an A riser is significantly better than a B riser. But a lot of bows will feel low limb heavy. You know, if you're taking a moving shot or something, that can make the difference. Mm-hmm. I think ethics are dictated by ability. I think a person should shoot the distance that you feel comfortable with. I don't think you should put a limit on what your range is if your abilities are there to match it.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Um, so that being said, that particular riser, was that John Cabiza from Michigan?
Yes.
Okay. Because I mean, you sent me the pictures with the measurements and everything. So I'm going to replicate that on your riser. And
Yeah.
once I cut everything down, it's on the bench now. But once I start getting into the nitty gritty, then you and I are going to talk about finishes because you mentioned something about going with a factory camo
I'd
finish.
like to do that on the 64-inch Kodiak if you're okay with it.
I will do whatever you want. I'll paint it
The
green.
takedown, I'd like to just leave it blonde and gray. Those are actually my favorite risers.
Really?
Yeah, that blonde and gray. They're lightweight. I mean, it's just fancy plywood is all it is. But
Right.
I think they're bulletproof strong.
Well,
You
yeah,
don't really have any grain imperfections or anything in that.
no, it's action wood. It's epoxy impregnated
Right.
wood. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much bulletproof.
I don't really care for diamond wood that much. I've had a diamond wood riser. I no longer have a diamond wood riser.
Right. Well, like you remember the picture you sent me with the red stripe? It was like gray diamond wood.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it was a B riser. And I had a few
Yeah.
diamond wood risers from Bear, and I didn't like them. They didn't appeal to me, so I unloaded them. Um, but it is what it is. They keep changing the handles and whatnot. I think what they got going now is a good thing.
The I'm not a big advocate of the heavy mass weight riser bow myself.
Okay.
I mean, whatever a guy wants to do. If you want one made out of lead, that's cool. But I like a bow that you can move around pretty handy.
Yeah. Have you ever shot a G10 bow?
No.
Talk about holding a boat anchor.
Yeah. I'm not into that. That's one thing I like about the Thunderbird so well. If you want to have some bow porn, I can get that Thunderbird out and a
Go ahead.
riser you might want to see.
Bring it on, brother.
How's that?
That's beautiful.
Then it's got the green glass on it. And Jay sent me a T-shirt with it. This thing here is just a dream. I really enjoy this bow. It's kind of crazy I laid this down and I laid down my 1960s 66-inch Kodiak Special, and I'll send you a picture of that sometime. The limb profile on them are almost identical. The Kodiak's got just a little more of a hook out here in the end than the Thunderbird.
Yeah, he's
I had
made.
one of these in 71 pounds before I hurt my tricep, and I shot it a lot. This is the 66-inch also.
Yeah, 66 inches is very forgiving.
Yes. Yeah, if you set your system up to make you look good, it's the best way to shoot, in my opinion. You'll like this one.
Oh yeah,
That's the one that Dick Mock signed.
Right. I see that. Now, you
He
told me
messed
that.
up on the date on it, but he's like, "Oh, I put the wrong date." I'm like, "It'll be fine."
So you told me that the caps are ebony,
Yeah.
which most people would look at that and say, "Oh, that's just black phenolic." It's not.
No, it's not. This bow was made in 2012 before they were using phenolic too. It's Take-down bow 12 made like March or something like that.
Now, didn't you tell me that they only made a handful with the Gaboon ebony and the caps?
Yes.
I wonder why they switched. Was Gaboon ebony expensive, board foot wise? Probably.
This was I was actually at Bear Archery and at a guy's office down there, and he made that for me. And I asked him if he had whatever, and he's like, "Oh, Gaboon ebony look good on that." I was like, "Well, I mean, I need to send you some." He's like, "No, we got some." I was like, Sounds great to me.
Was this Neil?
So
Was that Neil?
that's the way it ended up. It looks almost identical in color to the 1972 Bear catalog bee riser, which 72 is the year I was born. I mean, I know those were maple. I'm not, but
Right.
I really like it bow. But that bow's went into it stays in the case most of the time, and it's just kind of like that Hard Rock Candy on Josie Wales. It's just for looking at.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's on my schedule to watch tonight after we're done here.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I've watched it 50 times, but I still can't get enough of it. And there's always something that I miss. And
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
Yeah, he done some really good westerns.
Yeah, he did. I'm really into his son, Scott Eastwood. I'm a huge fan, and I could really see Scott redoing some of his dad's movies. He looks
Most
just
of
like
the
him.
time when they redo stuff, they don't pull it off well. Hopefully he can do a good job with it.
Well, I don't think they could do what they did back in '69 with Dirty Harry when the dude's laying on the ground. I got to know, I don't think you could do that today
Probably not.
without getting hate mail. So
Yeah.
you can work around it, I'm sure, but he looks and sounds like his father so much it's uncanny.
Yeah.
Uncanny.
Yeah.
So let's talk about something fun. You have a couple of shorts on YouTube that are tongue in cheek to say the least. So tell us about that, because I mean, I'm seeing you with hairy feet for stalking, a bow made of PVC, but it's like yeah, you're getting a chuckle. I see that. So, high intensity PVC. Let's talk about this.
Well, it was actually, I just kind of spray painted it up and I said it was made from a proprietary radioactive seaweed blend. I kind of think some of the stuff in archery now has kind of fell off the cliff a little bit. I know you always got to come up with something new to sell through marketing and everything, but it's hard to beat the bows of the 60s.
Oh, man.
I think for me, I personally shoot endless loop Dacron strings. Whatever a guy wants to shoot, that's great. But I can't stand a Flemish twist string.
Have you ever gotten a string from Jeff Nowak?
I have not.
You
No,
should
I've thought about it. I've seen him on Facebook, and I've seen he's making endless loops that look good. And
they're freaking awesome.
Yeah, I used to have access to him from a buddy of mine, but he passed away. So
I'll send you his contact information.
Okay.
Try one. You will be you'll be
the
pleasantly
reason
surprised.
I got out of the Flemish twist is I had that 105-pound quillion. And after you've shot for so long, your arrow's not coming off your shelf on a guy that's a seasoned archer. And if you really think about it, that twist, you need to twist it reverse, left-handed for a left-handed shooter.
Mm-hmm.
It's right-handed twist, and when you pull it, the arrow would come off the shelf. And I'd always have to back set with that 105, but I made it work. I mean, I shot the practice course down there in Tennessee one time, I think 60 targets. I shot it twice with that bow, 60 hits out of 60 shots.
Nice. So, you put these shorts on your YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel so people can check it out?
I'd say just put my name in. I honestly don't know. I'm kind of functionally illiterate on computer stuff.
But yet you're here.
But in honor of the podcast here, Rich,
there you go. Those are your stalking boots.
Exactly.
You stole them from from Chewbacca.
No, those were floor sweepings from a humane no-kill shelter, and then hand knitted.
Yeah,
that's the YouTube story anyway.
Well, it's humorous to say the least, especially when you're stalking and then there's livestock in the background. They're not even paying attention.
What's that?
I like it when you're stalking up on your intended target and it's livestock.
America's Black Death, you mean?
Yes. Yes. America's Black Death, which is the Holstein cow. Gotta, gotta love it.
Yeah, I just thought I'd have some fun with it one day. I may put out a new one on custom string silencers for cheap.
Yeah, I think that would be great. Or even redneck camouflage or something weird
Yeah,
like that, you know? Burlap
I've got
burlap
my
sack.
rural I've got my rural work assault bibs on.
That's the way to go, man. I love
They're
that look.
comfortable.
I love the look. So, what are your archery heroes in traditional archery?
Fred Bear would be number one.
Hmm.
Uh, Ben Pearson, Howard Hill. There's so many. Glenn St. Charles. You know, I'm gonna just throw four out there, but it's kind of an endless list, and that's probably in fairly good order. You know, I think it's interesting to know that nowadays, you know, people's like shoot this distance 10, 12, 20 yards, whatever. I mean, Hill shot his elephant at 60, Fred shot his at 40. Ben Pearson was mowing down Javelina at 125 yards. Uh, that I would say that's a ability.
That's that's an amazing list of archers. Um,
Yes.
yeah, mine, obviously about the same. Bob Swinehart is in the list for
Yeah.
me. There's so much stuff on YouTube now that people can watch. These guys were not afraid of anything. They just took chances. They took, unlike today, you take a 60-yard shot, you're immediately irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? It's just stupid.
If you've got the shot, you know, I'm not recommending shooting 60 yards through the woods. We both know that it's not going to work. But if you're hunting the edge of a field, or you're in a right of way clearing in a power line area or something like that, and you've got 60 open yards and you're capable of doing it, what's it matter?
Right. Exactly. There's guys out there now. I watch some of these videos, and some of these compound guys are shooting 100, 125 yards on
Yeah.
a 150, 200 class deer. And I'm like, really? I'm a better hunter than that.
Yeah, I think there's limits to it. You know, I think you can go too far. I think though, if a guy wants to, you know, you've got that golden ticket opportunity in front of you. It's the deer of a lifetime, and you want to take the shot, and you're comfortable taking the shot. You personally feel comfortable with it. Then you can just always lie later and tell them it was closer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
How far should I have shot it to make you happy? Okay, that's how far it
Yeah,
was.
that's it. That's it. So you and I have had conversations, and we joked about these for quite a few years now. Um, so let's talk about shooting
Yeah.
today. Shooting today. 3 under, point on, gap. Isn't this like rehashing the days of old, string walking and the sort?
To me, I shoot a weird system. I shoot a floating anchor is what I call it. Say I'm shooting like you're walking down through there and there's a copperhead or eastern diamondback or something. It's a 10-foot shot. I'm gonna anchor here. It's gonna work because I'm in line. Everything's always in line. If I'm shooting regular, sub 40 yards, I'm shooting here. If I shoot 40 and over, I'm gonna shoot here. It just
Okay.
works out. It's what I've developed over years of shooting. I don't shoot gap. I don't shoot split vision. I can't shoot split vision because I'm blind in one eye. You know, it's just that's what I use. It works well for me. I do not like the bow outside. I don't like a bow that's cut to center, or I don't like a bow that's cut past center. Like if it's cut past center, I wouldn't buy it. I won't own it, and I can't use it because it just doesn't work for me. What I think is critical for me is I like the arrow to be right there over the middle joint of the index finger, because if you look at that, like if you point at something there or you point at something this way, it's the same point. Nothing's changed. So this is what I like as a point and shoot system. It's what I use. Use whatever you like. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. This is what I use.
Okay. So question, Tim. So the way you shoot off your knuckle, do you get a lot of feather burn?
No, I shoot a straight spiral fletch off a Bitzenberg jig. It looks like a helical, but I
But
use
it's
a
not.
straight clamp.
Right.
I use a 2-degree leading edge and a 2-degree trailing edge offset. Your feathers lay beautiful, and it will not. A helical clamp will burn you, and feathers will stick in your hand. This will not. I got that from a buddy of mine when he bought a longbow from Don Adams. Don Adams said set him up that way.
Okay.
Well, I'd say if somebody's going to know, that would have been the guy.
That's how I
So
set
I've
my.
shot
That's how
like
mine are
that.
set up. Yep. Yep.
I've shot like that for forever. I've tried 300 when I was a young man. I don't like it. I like being right here. The reason I like being here, I like these angles here. I don't want my shoulder all up here where I'm torquing my rotator cuff to death and creating potential injury. It's just a matter of time. I like this. The higher you get that elbow, the more torque you're putting on that rotator cuff. You can do whatever you want. Doesn't affect me. I know this from my past.
Yeah, I'm right now. I'm every year. It's like I talk to my buddies, and they tell me, "Oh, we're trying this, we're trying that," and I'm like, "Jesus Christ! I've been shooting the same way for 50 years. I'm not changing it."
Right. The key thing for me, the way I shoot, is when I release like this. My hand doesn't move. If I shoot like that, I always know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
I don't shoot groups. If I'm going to shoot 3 arrows, I'm shooting at 3 different targets. I don't believe in groups. That's great. Do that, whatever you want. Your mind
Yeah.
goes numb quickly. And if you're always shooting, another thing on shooting I believe in, I think when it's not windy, I think you should shoot 80 to 120 yards so you can actually watch your arrows fly and see if you do have your arrow tuned in.
Right.
You know, if you're shooting 6 yards or 10 yards or 12 yards, you actually don't know if your arrow's doing what you want. You can paper test it, you can do whatever you want. I like watching it in real world.
Yeah, I got 20 yards in my yard, and I got 3 targets with a Kevlar net. So I've got a deer, I got a hog, and I got a regular block target. And you know, I practice
This
every
is what
day.
I usually shoot at.
Okay.
I just shoot ace blunts all the time, and they work well for that. And it's I'm on kind of a little bit of a hill where I'm at, so you can, I've got access to shoot as far as I want. I mean, I can shoot as far as my bow will shoot where I'm at.
Okay.
I have to walk a little bit to do it, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I practice when I have the opportunity. I'll take some tennis balls and go to a local park and just throw the tennis balls out there and just free form and shoot tennis balls with judos.
Yeah.
I don't want to scare the people,
Right. Yeah, I think that's a thing that people get too stuck on just shooting at one spot all the time. I mean, that's not real world. I mean, if you want to shoot target archery, it is, but if you're hunting, it's not real world.
3D targets all the way, unknown yardages, just have at it.
Yeah. I don't really like 3D shoots that much. I'll go to them and I'll shoot in them, but usually if I shoot, I don't take the practice. I don't keep score. I shot one time and a shoot that Neil Bice was there, and I walked over and he's like, "How'd you shoot?" I was like, "I don't keep score, Neil." He goes, "Well, how do you think you done?" I go, "Well, if we were hunting, I shot 30 arrows and I ate 30 times." That's me and my buddy started our own.
That's a great answer.
Me and my buddy started our own scoring system when he was alive. It was called pounds of meat in the freezer. You know, we call our shots too. I mean, if you want to shoot something in the eyeball or something and you called it, that'd count.
Sure.
But you have to call it.
So we talked about heroes, we talked about shooting. So in your travels, I know you pick up a few things here and there. What's the coolest archery item you've picked?
Man, I got that 1964 Kodiak I showed you the other day at a pawn shop for a little bit of nothing. It had a twisted limb. It's untwisted now. And, you know, I mean, some people are going to look at it as like sacrilege because they're collectors. I'm a shooter. I use them. It's a tool. And I mow my stuff down to fit my hand. Yeah, I've got, hold on a second. I'll show you what I got.
All right. Oh, man, look at that. Oh, wow.
66 in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've molested it for regular people's stuff, but boy, it sure does shoot good for me.
So that's what I'm gonna strive for with your riser.
Yeah. It's all off balance point. If you look at Fred's bow and then there you are again, it works well.
That's badass. I love
That's
it.
what I was saying. Like the A riser balance is a lot better.
Oh yeah.
See, this is her A riser, and that's pretty much spot on the A riser out of the gate.
So let me ask you, Tim, did you see the video I did with Mike Fedora Sr.?
Yes.
He did
I
that
watch all your videos, man.
He did that very same thing with balance with the finger. And yeah, so you're hitting a point here.
With the balance point and setting your shelf to your hand, you're not having to hold under. It's a user friendly hunting bow for short shots. You just throw it up there. You figure out where you need to start holding over and start holding over.
Mm-hmm.
It works so well. But the A riser balances out a whole lot better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It
I've
works
got
for me.
a B riser over here too. I'll grab it real quick. It's not cut down there as much. I usually keep 3 bows set up with AB or with 1, 2, and 3 limbs, but you can see, like, you know, here's your actual balance point, but the way this one was made, you can't get there. And you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's leaning.
The cool thing about this bow, it was the first bow made in 2018. Since I was made in January, I picked it up for that reason.
And you have old school limbs on it, white tip. You have old school
They're
limbs.
white tip graylings. Grayling limbs is what I always shoot. These are I've got ones on this one that are 50.
So it's a 60-inch bow.
Yeah. I've got another takedown over there, blonde and gray, that's got 3s on it. I believe that's like 48. So I try to keep everything in the 45, 50 pound zone. It's just, I've got a bunch of limbs. Shooting Dacron, I like the gray limbs better personally.
So with that being the first bow for that year, you're going to leave that
What's one.
So that being the first bow for that year, you're going to leave that one alone, correct?
It's been adjusted some in the grip. My hand's so thick in here that if I get a bow and I start shooting, I'll be shooting and I'm shooting to the right or left on everything. I'm usually thumb torquing it, and I got to get a sandpaper out and relieve my thumb side shelf a little bit to make it work for me.
Okay.
It's just, everybody's got their own thing. I wear a 2XL glove, and you're making bows for people with medium to large hands. It only makes sense because that's the masses.
Right.
And then you don't fit the round peg hole. So you got to sand the peg till it fits like you want it to. That's how I look at it.
Well, no, it's good opportunity. I mean, good observation. So any archery based organizations that you belong to or support?
No, I probably should join some stuff. I'm just not a real big, my problem is most of the time, I got my pension statement for 23 to 24 pension statement. I had 4,125 hours in a year. I liked working 35 hours, working 240-hour weeks in 1 year. I've always been on the road so much. I've kind of got out of that for the most part, and kind of just working less and working local and not being all over.
So being a younger
It gets
man,
old.
well, I would imagine. So being a younger man than me, how do you see traditional archery in say the next 10 years? Is it booming or is it stagnant, or what are your thoughts?
My personal opinion, I think you'll see it continue to improve because I think compounds have gone so far that it's like every year you've got to buy the new sight or the new model or the new arrow or the new this or the new that. And it's nice for the guy that's not a hunter, but he goes hunting. And what I mean by that, he goes and buys a new bow 2 weeks before season at the pro shop. They set everything up for him, and he gets to where he can shoot a tennis ball or better at 20 yards, and he's a great bow hunter now. I shoot 52 weeks a year.
Yeah, and but that same guy you're talking about has zero hunting skills.
Yes, but he's buying his way out of that with equipment, Rich. That's the whole glooming thing that people try to do. Same thing with rifles, shotguns, whatever. Oh, this is
Right.
the best. Yeah. Could you bore sight this for me? I'm Davy Crockett now. Yeah, it makes me chuckle too. It's sad though, because you see people going out there that shouldn't be. I think you owe it to the animal to be proficient with your equipment.
Yep.
I look at hunting different than other people do. You don't kill deer. Deer give themselves to you. If it's meant to happen, it will. You could be out there taking a leak and a big buck will walk up and you can get him because it's your time. That's how I see it.
Well, I agree with you in that regard because I don't get to hunt as much as I used to since now I move in Florida. But
Yeah.
I haven't killed a good deer since 2020. And so it's been a while, but it's going to come. It'll come. I mean, I've killed Javelina and all that, but I would love to kill a nice buck right now or even a big fat doe, but it'll
Yeah.
come. It'll come.
Skillet trophies is what I call those.
Yeah, skillet trophies. I'm ready to cook. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
I think too many people put too much emphasis on this
I'm
200
lucky.
plus class deer. Just
Nah.
go out and enjoy it. I'm going to tell you, most of the time, if I'm working a lot, this is how I go hunting. I go out. I really don't care if I shoot anything or not. And I find a place that's peaceful and quiet that I like. Like I sit there and I'm like, this is nice. And that's where I hunt at. If something comes by, great. If not, I
Yeah.
enjoyed my time. It's a way of de-stressing and relaxing. Don't think that I gotta kill something. I gotta kill something. I gotta kill
Nah.
something. Just go out and enjoy it.
I used to have that.
Step back and enjoy the world.
I had that mindset when I was younger. Now, in the last probably 15 years, as I've gotten older and a little more wiser and a little more skilled at life's bullshit, I'm like, something? I'm lucky to even be here. Be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm lucky to be in
Yeah.
this tree because God afforded me this opportunity.
Yeah. People never understand how fortunate they are. I had a medical thing in 2019 and I had a hip infection. And I'd always been a big, strong guy, and I'm learning how to walk again. And I'm kind of having one of those poor, pitiful me days. I look over and this woman's getting fitted for a prosthetic that goes to the hip, and she's just as happy as a lark. That really hit me and made me think, hey, you need to look at all this different. And I
Yeah,
did.
absolutely, dude. You only have one life, so you deal with the cards you dealt with, and you keep moving forward.
You never know how fortunate you are until you see other people.
True, true.
Everybody's like, oh man, I got this bad, this bad. And I got ran over by a car when I was 18 years old at highway speed, got up and walked off. Years later, I was a world champion powerlifter. I mean, yeah, I fractured my L2 vertebrae in my back, but you either want to get up and keep moving or you can just lay
Mhm.
down and die.
Nah, I don't have time for that. I don't.
Right. I don't either. I'm a
Nah,
keep going kind of guy.
I'm gonna keep pissing people off until I'm 100.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
You got any cool bows you want to whip out there? I like the bow porn action of this thing, Rich.
Well, let me see. Yeah, hold on one second. My personal hunting boot. Okay. My my wife is watching something violent. I can hear it in the background. Thank God I have the door closed. So
Yeah, we live in the basement actually. And
I'm going to show my personal bows. Can you see this?
yeah,
This is
yeah,
that limited edition A
yeah,
riser that they put out in 2017,
yeah,
2019. Okay. This is an LES2. As you can see, well, it'll show in a video.
yeah,
Yeah, it's number
yeah.
78, which is the year I graduated high school. But
Awesome.
but tell me if you could see anything with this riser that's weird.
I personally cannot the glare on the light and those little small screen, but yeah,
See how the stripe disappears and there's a big glue joint?
yeah,
So I added modifications, obviously, because my hand sweats a lot. So I like leather to absorb, and I like a
yeah.
leather strike plate and a rug rest. So
I
this
like your
also,
strike plate real well. I've thought about running it bigger when I just run the standard bear. And then like on a factory bow, I usually take one of these wooden matchstick and I cut it and put it behind the striker plate because I like my bow to apex in one point because then you've got a known variable and your arrow's always going to apex and go through paradox at the same point
well,
versus a flat shell.
I will be doing that with this strike plate since we've been discussing this, uh,
Yeah.
because I've done that in the past and I've had good results. At any rate, the limbs are a company that's no longer in business, RER.
Yes. The static tip limbs they had.
Yes. Yeah, this thing's, what is this? Oh. They're number 2 limbs, 37 pounds.
The twos are what I like.
Yeah, I love this bow. This is a great shooting
You
bow.
shoot Dacron or fast flight?
Fast flight.
Yeah. That gives you about 13 pounds of arrow spine. I mean, essentially, it's like shooting a 13-pound heavier bow. I fooled with it on my bear takedown, and if I shot Dacron on, I was shooting 73-pound limbs. I could shoot a 3-pound over spine with 200 grain point, and if I shot fast flight, I needed 13 pounds over spine.
Now, this is my Mexico bow. This is a newer anniversary model. And by
I
the
like
way,
the black maple. I
so
mean,
got
the bingo with the black stripe, I meant to say.
so guys on social media, drop the stop, reach out to Dr. Caro. He sells these. So,
Yeah.
and they're my favorite arrow holder. Uh, this bow was made in 2024.
Yeah. That's a good looking setup. The Babinga. I think the black stripe looks so much nicer than the red. I think I'm
Yeah,
not a big fan of the color red
we got the
personally.
green glass overlays,
Yeah.
but these are the brand install limbs. And I had to pad them with something because they rattled around a little bit.
Yeah. Put
Hmm.
moleskin on them.
Yep.
Yeah. That always works good.
Yep.
I hope that Bear in the future, I mean, I talked to a guy there and he kind of talked a little bit about they may have a custom shop open up. I kind of put that bug in the guy's ear over a decade ago.
Man, if they had a custom shop open up, I'd be in there every day.
Yeah. I mean, my thoughts, like when I talked with him, is have some different wood choices. And if you want, if you want to supply something, you could. But, if you had, say, 6 different wood choices for the main body and 6 different wood choices for caps, you could have a whole lot of different cool bows.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
One
have to.
I'd like to get my hands on is that Supreme that they made a few years back that was a zebra wood with rosewood caps
Now they
and
made
a
that
bee.
bow. The first couple of ones that they made for that particular make, year, and model, I believe the caps were Padauk, and then they switched. Like after maybe not even a few months,
Right.
and they're very sought after. I know of an A riser lefty that exists,
Yeah.
and I think they only made 4 of those.
That's the
You
thing that sucks about shooting left handed. You're cut out of 90% of the bows.
know, right?
You're looking for the needle in a haystack, and it's kind of hard to find most of the time.
Well, I'm a righty from the beginning, but I have injuries, so I switched to lefty so I can keep hunting.
Right. I'm right handed, but I have to shoot left handed because of my eye injury from a
Mhm.
doctor at birth.
Yeah, so you learn to
I,
adapt and improvise.
I got my optic nerve cord put off, cut in two at birth. So I'm right handed, but I have to shoot left handed because of, if not, it'd
Sure.
truly be instinctive because I can't even see what's going on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where's that one going to go? I don't know, but I wouldn't stand near there.
So, of the new bows, in your opinion, uh, have the new bow builders pretty much hit a wall? Have they maxed out the design and performance? It's kind of hard to reinvent the wheel. I mean, this recurve longbow thing has been around forever.
You know, here's an interesting observation I made back in 2016. I had a 71-pound St. Charles uh, Thunderbird 66-inch Dacron. I had another custom bow that's a highly sought after bow that was 73 pounds in fast flight. And I shot both of them into a brand new Ethafoam target, and there was less than a half-inch difference in penetration. And if you factor the 13 pounds you usually get in spine, essentially 13-pound heavier draw weight bow in fast flight, what I'm saying, like a 45 fast flight is going to shoot like a 58-pound Dacron for spine dynamic.
Sure.
And less than a half-inch difference in penetration from the first original full working recurve to the super duper new stuff. I still own the Thunderbird.
Well, yeah.
I don't like a bow cut past center. I know that's the thing. That's great, but a lot of that has to do with marketing, in my opinion. It works
Mhm.
better for certain arrows than it does others.
Sure.
I shoot aluminum or wood.
Okay.
I, I shoot a 2213 or a 2114. I can make both those fly dandy, just change point weight. Shoot 160s on the 13s and 125s on the 114s.
Have you ever played with carbon?
I have never personally been able to get them to work in a manner I was accepting of.
Okay.
Maybe I don't understand it. Used to, I had different setups with aluminum when I shot heavier bows. Like if I wanted to use a heavier spine arrow, sometimes I'd shoot like a 32-inch long arrow to get the weight I wanted, but you're losing 5 pounds of spine per inch. So it ends up coming back to where you wanted it.
True.
And I used to shoot 32s a lot, and it works good. I draw around 28. I don't have a huge draw. I don't have gargantuan long arms, and I got to lean over and cant quite a bit. When I was younger, especially bigger, the string gets into my chest, so that's kind of the issue. But it just works out to me to be around 28.
So,
And if you say your draw length's this, it's at one point. If you're shooting downhill, it's different. If you're shooting uphill, it's different. If you're shooting long, it's different than if you're short. I mean, you're going to have some deviation in your anchor point, in your draw length, I should say, not your anchor point.
Right. Now, do you have any other hobbies outside of archery?
What's that?
Do you have any other hobbies outside of archery?
I've been restoring old axes, plumb axes from a personal collection. I just got done restoring one. It was a New York Central Railroad 4.5 pound plumb. I've got a 4.5 pound plumb jet wing I've got to restore. It's an initial phases. I'm gonna polish it all out on the phantom bevels.
You should check out my buddy Jessie Savage. He loves that stuff.
He does blacksmithing and stuff, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll probably get a knife from him sometime or something.
Cool.
I collect Randall knives too from down in Orlando. I like the history behind them. I've got more than I'd care to admit.
They're not cheap.
No, but you're looking at about 12% APR on them too, if you look at it that way.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. So, Tim, I want to thank you. We're going to wind down here. So I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And you hit it out of the park because the technical difficulties were the big obstacle, and you just, boom, you're here.
I'm glad it worked out. Will you be going up to Kevin Bishop's show in Kalamazoo?
No. And here's why. So next week,
because it's Kevin.
Well, no. Next week, I'm going to be dropping this episode on Tuesday, but I'm going to be doing it remotely from a cruise ship in the Bahamas.
Oh, okay.
And then, so that killed my time. And then the next vacation I have after that is Mexico in February. And then the PBS banquet in March. And then my middle son is getting remarried in March as well in Vegas. So I got a lot of
what shows or shoots do you plan on attending this year?
Probably none.
Oh, outstanding. I won't see you.
Yeah. It's just this year. I mean, I plan on retiring in August of this year, 26. After that, you'll see me everywhere. Yeah.
I think I'm going to hit, I may hit Kalamazoo. I'm kind of somewhat planning on it. We'll see. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of curious how Cloverdale is going to be this year with the next weekend. 45 minutes away is Compton. That's now Noblesville. Right. I think they'd be better off if they just combined those two shows to where it would be something more like ETAR in Indiana.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have no idea. I've been to Cloverdale maybe once in 50-something years, and it was a blast. I went with the late collector Al Reeder. We had a glad time, excellent time. It's always been a good shoot. I mean, I want to go to Whiskey City. I want to go to, everything. I want to go to everything.
Yeah.
My wife's not crazy about it, but it beats me hanging out in a strip bar.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I used to work in one of those.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I was a bouncer back when I was young.
Yeah, that's what I done.
Yep.
I was about 335 pounds when I worked at one. I used to lift in supers.
Wow. Yeah, I was 6'1" and 275.
That's big boy.
Yeah, I was. Now I'm just an old man. So.
Well, I mean, as you get older, it's dumb not to bring your body weight down.
Well, I just
watch
what I eat, man. It's like everything I eat. Like I told the doctor, she goes, "How you feeling?" I said, "Well, doc, everything I eat turns to shit." She was like, and then finally she got it. She's like, "All right, I got a new doctor."
I'm super picky about food. I mean, if I'm at home, there's like a 99% chance I'll never eat processed food. I mean, if I go to a shoot or something, I'm hungry, but I'm a grass-fed beef and eggs kind of guy.
My wife made
one ingredient foods.
Yeah, we got a roasted chicken and salad waiting for me as soon as I get off here. So I'm gonna check that out and
Don't let me
watch.
hold you away from supper, man.
Nah, I eat all day. I work from home, so
That's something I'd like to see, just me being greedy, is you do some more like how to fix it videos.
I can do that. And
I
here's the
think
deal.
people dig that because it's like, I got this, but I don't know what to do here because so many people are not mechanically inclined. I work with metal, so it's just like, hey, you got to go easy with this. This stuff's cheap built.
Well,
Well, how I see wood.
let me explain how that would work. Okay, so that way people understand. Okay, I have a camera, which is my phone, and I have a stand that follows me around the room. This new 360 thing,
Right.
but it does not look over my shoulder. So I have another stand where I can position the camera where it's looking over my shoulder, but you will never see me look at the camera, but you'll see me do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So
I think that's really a thing. I think that's really a thing that people like. I mean, the camo bow that you stripped down that helped inspire me. I was like, oh, and these were camo that I got from Bishop, and now they look like nice limbs.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. There's just someone painted them, and they're 53 on a beat.
So that being said, your riser, the B riser, is going to be a short video on how to cut a shelf.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to put a little bit of a radius in mind, knock yourself out. The pictures I sent you, you know what he had. So,
Oh, trust me, you're gonna love what I do for you.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
So,
It just works so well with the bow being balanced on center point.
well, that's what I'm going to strive for. So, Tim, thank you so much. I want you to have a wonderful new year. May it be prosperous and healthy for you.
Same to you and everybody out there, Rich.
So, hey, folks, if you want to reach out to me, I'm at Drop Time Traditions / Rich Lopez on Facebook or droptimetraditions.com. Tim, how can people get a hold of you?
I've got that Tim Vaughn YouTube thing. I don't really even know what it is.
Yeah, I know it's Tim Vaughn, and there's a number after it. So
17 something. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to look for that.
But
it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And you're on social media because you message me and we talk quite a bit. So
yeah, I'm on Facebook. I mean, I don't have anything other than a picture. I don't ever post nothing. If I want to talk to somebody, I do.
Right. So
and if someone wants to get a hold of me,
right.
If they've got your number, you can give them my number.
Yeah, people reach out to me. I'm not hard to find. My email is droptime59@gmail.com.
I don't even know what mine is without looking it up. I'll be honest with you. I never use it unless it's for something for work. I don't, just call me and shoot me a text. That works.
Same here. Same here. My number is 443-280-1825. So my message for 2026, people, is just love each other, take care of each other, be kind to each other. It's all about kindness, people. Yeah,
yes, it is.
What goes around comes around. So,
yes.
Tim, I'm going to end this tonight. You take care. We'll talk soon. All right, brother?
You too, Rich.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.